Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
All right. Back at it. The new Mount Brute map. We got Ed in yellow in the bottom left out of the USA. Zedd, red in the top right out of Algeria. So Zedd just took a decisive victory on the other new map. This is another new map. So this is the version of the new Mount Brute. So Mount Brute, if you guys recall, the crate in the middle of the map is a single-use genetic mutator. It spawns about every 3 minutes, so there'll be about 3 or 4 of those each game. So should be play interesting. We tried to simplify it a little bit compared to the other Mount Brute. It just got a little crazy. It was kind of scaring people off. With this new Mount Brute, hopefully it just plays a little more simple, a little easier to figure out. A little more space to build, space to breathe. Obviously, it's a very similar layout as Kong, except the map builds up instead of down, which actually does play completely differently, because now building up to that second level is absolutely critical. If you stay on the bottom level, people are going to be able to harass you from the top side. Hotwire in the house. How you doing, man? All right, so Zedd took advantage of that top second level very quickly. Ed trying to bunker in, but you can't really do that on this map. You have to control your second level. Doing good, man, doing good. Happy to be back at it. Got some new fun maps. I'm excited. This weekend, actually, I'm stoked. We're going to redo that Woody Keo match this Saturday. So, yeah, got a lot of fun stuff going on, man. So this is really, really tricky. Ed not taking that second cliff, I don't know. Now, look, you just see Zedd is in his face now, and as soon as Zedd's able to clean out these top defenses, he'll just be able to harass him from the top ledge. Ed trying to make something happen on the top side, trying to get a little split, trying to counter punch, but gonna be tricky. And Zedd also does control the center, so should be able to pretty easily get that genetic mutator, which can be nice. I mean, I don't think he's going to need it here, because now he can just go to work from the edge. Zedd trying to counterpunch on the right side, got a elite conscript going on a quest. Demo truck now from whenever Ed's down on chips, you just hear my truck is loaded. Like as soon as it's like he's got a macro, he's like, oh shit, boom, demo truck. Yeah, so now Zedd, you see that sentry gun from Zedd up on the cliff now doing work. Ed pushing in now with some desos, making things interesting.
Warning, genetic mutator detected.
Genetic mutator crate up now. Let's see what happens here. Actually, I don't know. I think you could actually... I wonder if you can genetic mutate the brutes and turn them into your brutes. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. So I'd like to see, so the brutes lose a lot of mileage here on Soviet. Obviously, Zedd's got some desos out. Oh, Tesla Wars on the bottom left. Nice. And Ed's backdooring Zedd. Keep an eye on that top right there. Oh, so he does use the genetic mutator, but gets desoed right away. And Zedd gonna lose his MCV on the top right. Oh my goodness gracious. And some bad pathing there from Zedd. Drives past the brutes. Zedd says, WTF. WTF, Zedd, your back door was completely exposed. Come on, brother. But, so that was the counterpunch Ed needed. But he's still not out of the woods yet. He's going to need a couple strokes of good luck here. And Zedd going to throw all of his tanks on that radiation. Man, Zedd does Ed a lot of favors with that, with his desos. He does. Okay. Little pause in the insanity here. Oh, I need a little hotkey that shoots my face over to the other side when we're on this map. I'll make a note of that. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Ooh, okay. Now Zedd gets it. Now Ed on his own radiation gets some drones in, and Zedd gonna pushing in with rhinos. Gonna dive on the MCV. Okay, does get the MCV. I don't know the range on that coil. I'm surprised that coil can't hit the barracks on the cliff. That's kind of interesting. Oh, that Tesla coil can hit the war factory. Oh my god, that Tesla coil has been chilling for so long. Now we got Tesla wars on the cliff. And Ed learned the hard way why you do not give up the higher ground. Ed did play really well, stayed in it here, but the higher ground is going to prevail, I think. Man, it takes forever for a Tesla coil to destroy a war factory, huh? And now a demo truck from Zedd. This will actually be a pretty good hit, I think. And a V3 rocket from Ed. Both these players pulling all sorts of tricks out of the bag right now. Gonna use the V3 rocket to hit that Tesla coil. And oh, getting a lot of work done with the conscripts here in the middle. And Ed's pulling ahead on this middle battle. If the V3 rockets can knock out that Tesla coil, the V3 rockets need to get rid of that Tesla coil.
Player defeated.
Yeah, now Zedd's saying it didn't say his base was under attack. So both players now complaining about minor glitches, which I don't think are actually happening. Obviously, with a new map, random things can happen, but I don't know. Berg, you're the expert. What are the odds that in the process of making this new map, Luke turned off the "your base is under attack" sound? What do we think? Smerry. Yeah, Mount Brute, very, very different. We we switched it up. The other one was just a little too much. It was one of those things where, like, right now with Blitz, I want to create kind of simple maps that that players will play and be able to kind of figure out. I don't want players who have played it a bunch to be the only ones that can play it competitively. So right now we're trying to take a step back, try to make these Blitz maps as intuitive and as simple as possible while still making them entertaining. So we kept the Brute crate, but tried to make a landscape that's a little bit more intuitive for the players. So Ed takes that first win. Really, really nice comeback from Ed. That was really, really well played. When the enemy gets in your face and they're coming too hard at you, look downfield, try to make a big play. That's what he did with that MCV counterpunch, took out Zedd's MCV, and then was able to pick him apart from there. A couple other heads-up plays from both players. Good use of demo trucks, V3 rockets. That was a fun one. Yeah, the urban look. Yeah, the urban look we'll keep in mind for future maps. The urban look didn't necessarily have to go. Oh, and Ed with a super early punch up on the edge.
Player defeated.
Oh, Zedd. It's Zedd getting a little tilted here. Takes another quick one. And with a player like Ed, too, I mean, there's no surprise. Ed loves the early GI rush. So you got to expect it, especially, every time, every game that Ed is allied, you got to expect it to come. It was interesting to see how effective it was, though, with that cliff. Ed now up with an early victory, or early win here in the series, now up 2-0. 2-0. Yeah, so the other map, things just kept going wrong. It was actually supposed to start in the corners, and then it was too small. I don't know. It just got, and then it's like we just kept doing stuff and adding stuff, taking stuff away, and I wanted to get one out, so decided to kind of just invert the Kong map, add the crate, because I really want to see how the crate plays, the mutator crate, because we can do all sorts of crates that gives single-use super weapons. A lot of fun stuff, I think, with that. A lot of potential. All right, so both players now similar builds, learning the value of that second level, both shooting up there super, super quick. And again, Ed is going to push with the GI. Zedd must know it's coming. Nice little split. GIs on both sides. Bunch of sentry guns from from Zedd. Ed and Zedd. All right. And so Zedd's able to snuff that one out pretty quick, but Ed's got some Rockies behind it, and Ed does have an Eagle now as well. So Zedd's got it. Okay, so flak track out. Oh, but loses, and that's a perfect hit from the Eagle, perfectly managed, targeting the power. Another flak track out. Can this Eagle hit? It would be everything if it could. could completely change the game. Another flak track right behind it though, and another eagle right behind it. Both players tit for tat, punch and counter punch. Yeah, this is great. This is fun to see. And this is exactly how you have to manage the early Rocky rush. The Rockies, it's not so much about the Rockies, it's about the eagles. How can you defend them from the flaks? And now with Ed, has 4 eagles. Super impressive accuracy rate so far in this game. Getting a lot of work done. And so Zedd's forced to keep spamming the flak tracks. But doesn't want to overcommit. And that's the thing about these early pushes. It's not so much about destroying the enemy's base. If you can completely throw them off their game, if you can mess with their early economy, get them playing your game, it's still a huge advantage. So now you see Zedd has 6 flak tracks. He's got a flak cannon. You know, so he's had to completely divert his energy into countering this air attack. And now the question is, what does Ed do on the backside? And Zedd says, all right, let's take the fight to him. Gonna die for the MCV. I don't think there's any way that Ed saves it. Oh my goodness. And able to, pulling off the flak tracks right at the right time. That's the way to do that. Get the flak track shooting the eagles. Does hit the MCV. Prism tower not in time. And now Ed with no war factory is in a very, very bad spot. But you never know. Mount Brood, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Could grab that genetic mutator crate. But pretty easy play for Zedd now. He can just keep spamming the anti-air. Take a deep breath and meticulously pick Ed apart.
Warning, genetic mutator detected. Player defeated.
All right, so Zedd picks up a win, giving us a little entertainment here, puts it to 1-2. All right, so now we'll see how Ed plays it with Soviet. Zedd takes Allied. All right. So Zedd now an Allied in the top right. Ed with Soviet. This will be an interesting look to see. Ed's been playing really well with Allied. Let's see what we can make happen here. Oh, it looks like we just got... Looks like we just got another match figured out. I think we'll get Luke and Zane. Get Luke and Zane after this. That should be a good match. All right. Yep, and again, both players super early up on that second level, and super early AFC from Zedd. Let's see if Zedd tries to mimic Ed's strategy here. Maybe some early Rockies, and yep, you see an Eagle already out. See if he gets a Rocky behind it. Yep, if you get a free hit, you get a free hit. So Zedd bombs that power plant, makes Ed waste $20 to repair it. Everything counts, everything counts. So Zedd spamming the Eagles, but no Rockies behind it. So now Ed's gonna drive right into his base. Now a Prism Tower, nice Prism Tower from Zedd. And now the flak's out of position. What's he gonna do with these Eagles? Hits the barracks. Yep, tries to get him out of the range. Now Ed has a flak cannon right on his doorstep. Both players in each other's business now on this second level right side. And this has really devolved into an odd game. But the problem is Ed has power plants in there. The oil derricks, you know, are kind of like mutually assured destruction, but the power plants could be targeted. And both players a little bit confused as to what the best strategy is. Ed now has a bunker, but Zedd does go low power now. And so now Zedd's gonna bring out some GGIs. Ed out with a barracks. This is a lot to look at. Oh, a paradrop on the bottom left, doing work. Yep, does he get the MCV? Oh, Ed's able to save the MCV on the bottom left. That was huge. And another bunker out, but Zedd just picking his shots. Target the barracks, target the bunker. Kind of dangerous though. Now Ed has an oil derrick right next to Zedd's AFC. So Ed can just continuously build barracks, and Zedd's never going to be able to stop him from doing that. All right, so now Ed on the bottom side with his tanks going to try to get a split going. Yep, Luke, that's right. Build 100 oils. That's what it's all about. Yeah, Luke, I think we're going to be able to get you a match, I think. Zane's online. Zane was looking... Yeah, Luke, you were supposed to play... You were supposed to play tomorrow, but,
Warning. Genetic mutator detected.
Genetic mutator up. And Ed does get a dive on that MCV, so now Zedd is without an MCV. Both players have a ton of money and are just, like, a little confused about what they should be targeting and what they should be doing. Oh, but if... The problem is, if Ed can target that oil derrick, Ed needs to target his own oil derrick. Zedd gonna try to take that oil, hope it doesn't chain... Oh, it chain reacts everything. That was Zedd's own base. Oh, no. And then Ed genetic mutates. Oh, my God. Yup. Yup, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I guess this game's not over yet. Both players pretty much left with the same stuff after that explosion in the middle. Both players on a war factory. Both players got some money. Wow, that's funny. That is really, really funny.
Player defeated.
Zedd quits out. Oh, and Ed takes another win, puts him up 3-1, gives us match point. It is best of 7. And we go back to Soviet versus Soviet. That is funny. Let's watch that instant replay real quick. All right, so we're in the middle. So Zedd decides to target that oil derrick, thinking that he can destroy it without it destroying his base. Unfortunately, he was wrong. Loses the game because of it. Smerry with the sub. Appreciate it, man. I really, really do. Your support's what keeps the lights on around here. All right, all right, all right. So now Ed in the bottom right, Zedd in the top left. Zedd's got to make something happen here if he wants the series to continue. We'll see what he can bring. See what he can bring. Zedd's a squirrely one, you know. You don't want to play with Zedd. If you know, I think Ed wants to stomp things out here, bring home the quick victory, secure that money, take that $5, do whatever he wants. It's your $5. There's no rules. Do whatever you want. Buy lunch, buy dinner. There's no rules. No rules on the $5. All right. Zedd does get a war factory out earlier, opting for the war factory before the second oil. It's interesting to see how this second level, super early. Conflict, you know, super early base walks right in each other's faces right away. It's interesting because on the Kong map you don't want to build down, so you have to build around the perimeter, which slows down how quick people are in each other's face. But then on this map, because it's so important to be on the second level, the real estate on the second level is so limited, you really have to build up there quick. It's interesting because then the first level is kind of just like dead space in some ways. There actually would be a way to make this a 2-player map. So, like, we extend this cliff out more. Because then, you know, in a 2-player game, this space is pretty much dead. So that could be interesting. Always brainstorming, always improving. That's what it's all about around here. All right. So both players very, very similar. They got their fodder, they got their rhinos, they got their bunker out. But Zedd is now stretching his base on both sides, but does take a little too big of a bite. Comes out without much protection. Is able to get the rhinos over in time to protect himself, though. And a Tesla coil out now from Ed on that left side, going to outrange that bunker. That's a heads-up play. And Zedd, I like just taking advantage of these levels. Making the defender, yep, messes up the pathing. Oh, could have sniped that. One lost Rhino. One lost Rhino. Oh, gonna get a nice hit on the left side. Force him to sell the bunker. Sends in the conscripts. Yep, Tesla coils are smart. Tesla coils outrange bunkers. Remember that. Take a note of that, boys and girls. Zedd trying to make something happen here. Now Zedd out with his own coil. And both players going to push here. If they both commit to this, it will be absolutely... Oh, okay, all right. Gets the drones in. Beautifully counters those Desos with those drones. And now Ed goes for the back door. Gonna hit a and again pulls out. Should probably just click that War Factory. Maybe not. Yep, and now Zedd out tanked. Zedd does get a Tesla coil out, but doesn't get much damage done with it. And there goes the rest of Zedd's tanks. And Zedd calls GG. Ed takes it home. And Ed takes home the win. The win, the win, the win.